Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got something that I purchased just recently. I thought I'd add it to my fishing reel lineup. With the recent Black Friday sales we had, I thought it was a good opportunity to look at getting a new reel. And I had often thought about getting the one of these sort of baby bait runners, but just never got around to getting one. I do tend to use a little bit heavier gear, but I thought now's the time. I'm finally ready to get myself one of the 4000 series OC Baitrunners. So I picked one up at a really good price at my local fishing shop. And I'm really excited to bring this video to you today. So my idea for this reel is to use it more so for a little bit of freshwater bait fishing, which granted I don't do a lot of. I do prefer to lure fish in freshwater, but I think it'll also be good for a bit of a lighter setup for my saltwater fishing, where I do the predominantly bait fishing. Although I am sort of slowly moving over to plastics and lure fishing for the majority of the time. I do love the Baitrunner reels, and if you've seen some of the other videos on my channel, I've probably gone on and on about how much I love Baitrunner reels. So yeah, really happy to add this one to my lineup. I may actually do a future video just showing my Baitrunner collection by itself, which is numbering quite a few now. Okay, so the other part of this video will be also me spooling this reel with some camo braid spider wire. Now I had a lot of trouble finding this here in Australia, so I had to actually get it from America. It's a line I've wanted to try for a long time. I have previously used spider wire and I really like it. I think it's a pretty good braid. But yeah, it is very difficult to find here in Australia. Perhaps it hasn't taken off, or I'm not too sure. But it seems to be used a little bit more in America than here. So I picked up some 15-pound braid, which I think is going to be more than heavy enough for the applications I'm going to be using it for. And it does have the sort of camo finish, which probably will be a lot better looking when it's actually on the reel. And for those of you more into kilos than pounds, it is 6.8 kilos. Now I think the reel will hold the majority of this spool, as it is quite small diameter. But we'll soon find out. I am going to be putting on obviously a little bit of backing monofilament, which I have some of ready to go. I believe that's about a 6-pound backing, just to give a little bit of backing there for the braid to connect to give it a nice solid base. Then we'll be spooling it up with the camo stuff. So yeah, I really like this reel. It's your typical Baitrunner reel, really good quality. The nice Baitrunner lever system. Perhaps in the next video I'll go through in a little bit more detail the different models and exactly how to use them and set them up. But essentially all it is a lever that allows you to free spool, and then as soon as you turn the handle over or manually turn the lever there, it turns back into a normal fishing reel, I guess you could say. It comes in handy for a lot of applications. Anytime you want to put the line through the rod, switch it over to free spool, easily comes through. It's just quite handy to have. And of course it has a front drag for your normal spool, and then the rear drag for your Baitrunner drag. Very simple. Yeah, and typical of all the Baitrunners, seems really good quality, really nice weight, feels nice and solid. And I'm actually going to be pairing this up, I hope anyway, with an Abu Garcia rod that I have, and we might just have a little bit of a look at that later. So yeah, so let's start putting a little bit of backing line on it. Okay, so here it is with the backing line on there. Just enough to give us sort of a little bit of a base for it along the bottom. I like to give it something to really grip onto. Before I start putting on the braid, I'll just mention I was looking at the D series in the 4000 as well, but the price difference is quite a bit different. And with this on the Black Friday sales, it was so cheap I just couldn't resist it. I would love to have got the D series. I do actually have a D series 6000 size, and it's it's probably my best reel and my favorite reel that I have. But yeah, this time, just coming up to Christmas, I thought I'd be a bit more sensible, get the OC version. But definitely, if I enjoy this reel and it works out well, I'll definitely be eyeing off a D series, I think, because yeah, it's just now I've got one of these small sizes. I can't wait to start using it. I think it feels great. Really looking forward to it. So I'm going to get my camo braid on there now. I'm going to be doing my usual knot that I use, which is a double uni knot. That's just my dog in the background running amok in the garden. Yeah, going to be using a double uni knot, which I use. Might not be the strongest knot in the world or the best knot in the world, but it's quite a good low profile knot for joining these lines together. And it's not a knot that I'm relying on to hold so much. If I get down to this bottom layer and a fish has taken all of my braid, like 250 meters of braid, it's probably game over anyway. So yeah, but it is quite a nice knot to use, an easy knot. I may even just give it a little bit of a quick video when I've done it, but you can look that up online. It's quite an easy knot to do, and it's quite good for braid to mono, and it's called a double uni knot. So yeah, anyway, here we go. Let's have a go at it, and perhaps I'll show you the knot when I'm done. Okay, so there's my knot there with the braid coming in to the mono, and the mono, of course, going down into the spool. So there you go, that's a bit of a look at it. I think I've shown this knot in a couple of my other videos as well. There's a lot of content on the internet about it, so you'll be able to look that up for yourself. It's a bit hard for me to show it as I don't really have a way to mount my camera while I do it, but it's a very easy knot to do and very strong, and yeah, sort of nice and flush as well, so I really like it. Anyway, on to the spooling. Okay, so just a bit of a quick look at the rod. I've sort of set it up with at the moment. It is a Veritas Abu Garcia rod. Really love these rods. Perhaps next Black Friday I'll be buying a couple more of them, maybe a smaller size and a larger size. This one is a little bit larger. It is a 6 to 10 kilos. So yeah, it is probably a little bit larger than what's needed for this reel, but I think they should match up pretty good. This rod is nice and long. Say for freshwater, where I can use the rod's leverage to get any fish out of some branches or some scrub or heavy reeds or any kind of cover that they'll be in. It has also worked really well on like a pier situation where I can sort of lever, say like flatheads and brim, etc. from out of underneath the pier. Really good rod, top quality. Highly recommend these rods. I know it's not Shimano, but yeah, I'm quite happy to match up my Shimano reels with whichever rod works best for it. And of course the rods are so varied, and depending on your situation, I'm quite happy to mix it up, but I am Shimano fishing reels all the way. Yeah, just thought I'd give you a bit of a look at that rod. It is a really nice looking rod as well. It's got sort of the nice stainless guides and that sort of white finish. Really nice reel seat, and yeah, really love these rods. Can't wait to get some more of them. But anyway, over to the reel. Okay, so here it is with the camo line on it. Looks great. Definitely think this will be fantastic for the freshwater situations. And look, it definitely won't hurt in salt water either. But yeah, I think it looks really good on this reel. Really good quality line. I love this line. I wish it wasn't so hard to find here in Australia. But yeah, very happy with it. And yeah, can't wait to start using it this summer. Get a bit of fishing done. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Just thought I'd do a quick update of the new reel that I've got. I hope you got some cool new fishing gear in the Black Friday period and the sales. If you did find something great, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Found this reel really good value. Would love to get the D series, perhaps next year. But yeah, I think next year my eye might be on some new rods. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it, and please feel free to check out the rest of my channel. I've got plenty of fishing videos on there, as well as some of my other hobbies. I'm sure there's something on there you might find interesting. And if you're a new subscriber, thanks for subscribing. And I'll hope to see you in another video. Bye for now.